I'm Sanjeevni Khekre. I welcome you all to another episode of Humans of BodhGaya. Till now, we have come across many stories, like stories of food blogging and the stories where people had so many inspirations in their life. And today, we are going to hear a story about passion and how to turn passion into profession. So I welcome one of the most beloved teacher of IIM BodhGaya, Professor Swapnarag Swain, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sanjeevni.
So I welcome you, sir, to our show.
Thank you.
So I would really love to know that how have you been now, and since you are teaching in IIM BodhGaya, so how far your journey has been?
Okay, so if you ask me about the journey, it's of nearly, I would say, more than 13 years of journey altogether.
That's really big.
Yeah. So, and out of the 13 years, I have spent around 2.5 years in corporates and around 11 years into teaching across, talk about private universities or maybe government, semi-government setups or independent business schools also. So I have been through so many...
Every aspect of...
Yeah, almost that kind of thing. And also if you talk about more than half of the India I have also seen through my career. Only thing is that I have not been the western part of the country. For many trips and official trips, obviously, yes. But not for a job purpose. I have been to central regions. I have been to eastern, western, southern.
Almost every part
of the India. Yeah. So almost, I have visited how many, stationed in 9 states altogether right now during this 13 years of journey. So, though it's looks very short, 13 years I will say very short period of time.
Yeah.
But yes, I would still remember one of my interviews.
Okay.
Where
you were
I was being interviewed.
Okay, so in a you were a student.
No.
Okay, for job.
For the job purpose, basically, again with a top reputed business school and the dean of the business school actually interviewing. When he was interviewing my resume, he saw my resume. He said, "Your resume looks very very you look very very restless. You're moving so much, right? So
because you're traveling.
Yeah, so you're moving so much, so many shifting of jobs, different profiles. So your profile looks very, very restless. So could you comment on this?" Then I said, basically, this is my strength actually, and when I talk about, you are seeing that weakness, but when I go into my class, this restlessness has actually helped me to gather multiple perspectives from different parts of the country, from different profiles, be it into sales, be it into marketing research, be into teaching, be into administration of teaching, right?
Yeah.
In the short period of time, it has given me a lot of experiences, a lot of learning that I use in my classroom, and that makes my class lively than that of just a boring lecture and PPTs.
Very, very true.
So that's what I talk about my journey in short.
So this whole a lot about your journey. I would love to know how it started. You have been a student obviously,
yes.
And so how was basically आपका journey as a student कैसे था? How did you start marketing? Why did you choose marketing as a student also?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's also interesting phenomenon with me.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the year 2006 itself.
Okay.
So 2006 is the year when I completed my physiotherapy, rehab sciences kind of courses. I belong to healthcare background. Okay. So rehab sciences basically, physiotherapy, occupational therapy that we talk about. So I'm basically an occupational therapist. And then I changed up my mind to go for management education. Having better scope and obviously, yes. So इंटरेस्टिंग क्यों मैंने बोला क्योंकि जैसे आप लोग इंटरव्यूज भी दे रहे थे आफ्टर योर कैट एंड एवरीथिंग राइट Similarly, I was also appearing for interviews, so you have to cook some stories for that interviews. That's definite, right? Yeah. So I also cooked few stories. Like I still remember my story was professors of B schools, they used to ask me, "You seems to be a misfit from healthcare background coming to management. So how do you justify this combination, shifting from healthcare to management? Then I used to say them, okay, fine. In management, you have got HR as a domain, right?
Yeah.
And when you talk about HR domain, it's all talking about dealing with people. And being from healthcare profession, I also deal with people, and that too specifically in disability and rehabilitation, I deal with the emotional intelligence of the people, and HR talks about dealing with those emotional intelligence. So HR area fits to me.
That's a really good answer.
So I cooked that story, but actually, if you talk about, I was feeling that, okay, being from, because I did not have any like in healthcare or rehab sciences, we did not have a single course of management in that 6 years, right? Or 5 years. So I did not have any knowledge about what management will teach me. I just, when I was going through my coachings, I could know that, okay, HR ek hota hai, marketing ek hota hai, finance ek hota hai, all these things happened. So based on that, along with my center head, I sat, and this kind of a story actually came up. But
so
जब join भी किया,
cooking stories basically you know that somewhere it's going to be in marketing.
Finally जब join भी किया, so my interest, again the same question, मेरे seniors पूछते थे, तुम तो misfit हो यार, तुम, they used to call me doctors, doctor they used to call me, and they used to also say me alien, अरे ये तो alien है हमारा batch में, right? So healthcare, I'm lone person from healthcare background, so कैसे तुम इसको करोगे? How would you do that? So then first term happened. In first term we had marketing management, we had got hobby HR kind of courses. Till then I had inclination ki HR करना है मुझे.
Till the first term.
Till the first term, yes. But once the first term ended and we entered into more marketing and this kind of courses, I saw HR is not my cup of tea actually. I could not enjoy that HRM subject, or OB I enjoyed, but specifically when we moved to the real core HRM practices. So it was not my cup of tea, I could realize. But yes, marketing, I was really got inclined, fascinated by the subject as well as by my professor also. The professor who was teaching plus the subject also. So I got actually inclined. Then I saw the placement scenario also. Yes, it was
placement
more of
it was one of the second.
Not major factor, but my interest basically was the major factor, right? And based upon that, since I could find that HRM is not my cup of tea, though I was feeling that healthcare background and this will suit, but I will not be able to, because interest है नहीं तो क्यों बेकार में.
Your professors also used to teach you in a way very interactive way, or
yeah, absolutely, because see, if I feel in management education, if I come to my classroom and if I talk about only PPTs. Or something, that becomes very, very boring, very, very dull. So that's what my marketing professor used to do. It's a very, very interactive way, and I learned from him. Actually होता है ना कि एक impression बन जाता है teacher का, and then you take a kind of ideal. He impressed me at the same point of time, also that subject, the kind of वो inclination develop हो गया. So when that inclination was developed, by second term I was very, very sure that HR is not my cup of tea, rather marketing is my domain that needs to be there, and I decided to go ahead with marketing.
तो जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि HR से you are inclined towards marketing. So जैसे आप जब student भी थे, so you might have come across various experiences in your MBA school also, right? So I would really love to know about what were your experiences in your MBA school, like your SIPs and what all stress you had.
Okay, so आप मेरे को 15 साल पीछे खींच रहे हो, memory लेके आओ. Okay. So my best memory is with respect to my summer internship. Okay. Summer internship I did in 2008 with Vodafone, when Vodafone was entering into Orissa market. Okay. Right. So and in that case I was given a kind of doing a market survey for Vodafone, and to come up how to establish their Vodafone stores in majority of the cities, and I came up with the model, basically the cost revenue model, as well as the customers, how they actually choose prepaid as well
In
as
all
postpaid
of
connections.
your,
6
summer-
major cities.
Okay.
So I used to travel a lot in that hot
Summer
summer.
internship
Yeah,
also.
in hot summer, 6
Okay.
major cities actually I was given to understand complete market for both
Okay.
postpaid as well as
So since
prepaids.
summer internship, only you have started traveling.
It
And
was
then whole
into
pan
marketing,
India.
but that's what sales again.
Yeah,
Right.
sales.
So it was traveling with respect to research.
Okay.
So because I wanted to understand the perspective of people, perspective of general public as well as perspective of retailer who was already using different businesses or maybe already, like for example, they have Airtel stores already there. Go to that retail outlet to talk to the dealership, to talk to the retailers, understand their perspective.
Okay.
Right. The best part was outcome. My last presentations to the Vodafone CEO Orissa had. He came up and actually gave me a hug for that presentation.
Okay.
And I was awarded as the best summer intern in Vodafone. Plus, that was a kind of reward from my college as a best summer internship project. So yes, my summer internship was the best thing, and at the end of summer internship presentation, I still remember this kind of hall was there. I was making the presentations to my mentor as well as the other students and teachers were sitting over there. Then my teachers told me, "Okay, you deserve to be a teacher." I still remember that day, and that actually inspired me a lot.
That was the first
trigger point to
that
choose
I
a
should
career.
be a
That
teacher.
ignited your
Yes.
journey for being
Yeah.
a
Absolutely,
teacher.
yes.
Then you also told that you worked in corporate. So what kind of experiences you had in corporate? Any lows, highs, everything?
Yeah, obviously lows. If lows and highs will not be there, then life is difficult. Life is
Yes.
boring, right?
It's dead.
Yeah. So I still remember. Again, I would add like the way I say one interview, question. Similarly here, again one interview question comes into my mind. Somebody if you see my profile, it has been a switch between corporate and teaching. So I was early into teaching, and then I thought I should again go back to corporate to understand the market dynamics, to become me more dynamic, right? So from teaching, I again appeared for a consulting role, and a kind of a market research role, where he asked me, I still remember, now you are already into teaching, why do you want to again shift to corporate? And that my answer was, I feel I am so young to have that graph parallel to x-axis.
Okay.
I believe that I'm early. I've come to a parallel to x-axis kind of in a graph, which this is I should not be. So I feel I need more corporate experiences. Again, I'll get back to teaching in this. So highs and lows.
But you were always sure that you want to be a teacher.
Somewhere in the back of the mind, because see, what happens as almost everyone think about packages, right? While you are studying MBA, it's also for you also. It's not a sin. It's not a sin. It's a trend. It's normal. Everybody says that. Even I also got lost when the final placement happened. Got a good package at that point of time. So started my career. I also forgot somewhere. I was having that kind of trigger point or aspiration to become a teacher, and which I was thinking, right? So when I got a good paying job, I forgot that. But yes, 1.5 years of journey, and I was into the Tata AIA kind of insurance, banking, financials, and all these things. Sales and marketing, market development. Though I was being given a role of initially product development, then enter into sales. Finally, right? Everyone has to go into sales. As you said, sales was not my cup of tea. To be very, very honest again, sales was not my cup of tea.
Okay.
I could not deal with that again selling, but yes, I always required a profile of this product management or product training or maybe branding or communications or marketing research. Then I felt okay, fine, so it's not going actually in my way. I tried a lot. I talked to the HR that I want to change my domain from sales to this kind of more where analytical and things will come up. Somehow it could not happen, and then I feel okay, fine, so now it's time
go back,
have that realization. So actually that was a point where I realized finally no, it's not happening. I'm more into a kind of
teaching,
dragging there, not justifying myself. So again I got that back to that scenario. Fine, let's now go back to my dream of being a teacher, and then I started my career in teaching.
You finally realized that you have passion for teaching, and now you
it was there.
Change it.
It was there in the midst of money. It was actually lost.
Okay.
But then again, when life became boring and I was not enjoying that profile, so I could again get back to my realization. But I'm really thankful to God that realization period was short.
Okay.
It was not 10 years. It was just 1.5 years. I could realize that.
That is nice. Like, and now you are a teacher and you're a really good one. I would say. So how teaching as a profession is how are you? What are your experience so far as teaching as your profession?
Okay. Great questions. I'm just loving it. So one word, I'm just loving it. Yes. The way Magdi says, right?
Yeah.
Loving it. So I'm just loving it. So that's why you might be seeing whenever I enter into the class, there will be a smile in my face, right? So if somebody does not love, that smile will not come automatically. Yeah. And that smile is not a fake smile, it's a real smile that's coming out of me. So I am really enjoying in terms, many aspects, like people like you, students, like you are loving me so much. So obviously, when you are loved by so much of people, you actually feel that privileged kind of thing. That is one perk of being a teacher. Second perk, you always feel that you are not an old man. Because you are always in the midst of young people and people who are vibrant with energy. So you also feel that you are into that youth. You are never an old person and always innovative and vibrant with energy.
So, since you have worked in corporate and now you are teaching,
yes.
So what do you think? There are creative ideas everywhere. So you think, do you like the creative ideas that come out from a classroom or out of a boardroom? What do you prefer the most?
See, there are two things here. I will talk about pros and both aspects of that coin. In every, pardon me with the sentence, but every corporate job will not give you that freedom to have your creativity.
Okay. Yeah.
Because at the end of day, EOD, you have to generate your report. Which will kill your creativity, right? Or it's talking about empowerment, right?
Yeah.
See, when creativity comes, when somebody is empowered, somebody is free, then only this creativity comes up, and that creativity is being used or implemented in that organization. So in corporate, with due respect to everyone, every profile does not have that scope of having that creativity, right? So few people only have that kind of, they can go for that creativity and that creativity gets implemented really. But what happens in case of teaching, the word that we say, the magical word called as empowerment. That's exactly every teacher has got, irrespective of the level. Because when you are in your class, you are dealing with your course, you are completely free how to deal with this. How much creativity you can bring to your classroom, nobody else will decide. I am a person, I will decide how to teach, how to have that curriculum, and how to deal with the students, how to talk to the students. That's what all about teaching as a biggest perk. It gives you freedom, it gives you empowerment. So that's what I would say. Scope of creativity, here it's much higher. Compared to my other corporate jobs, what I have experienced. And in that factor, every teacher can create or has a scope of creativity because of this empowerment. But not every corporate job has an empowering kind of feature into that one, so that though you are a creative person, but might not be able to do that creativity and implementation of that one. With due respect to everyone.
So, first of all, sir, congratulations for the achievement that you have now. You have been appointed as the new chairperson of healthcare management here. So, I would love to know what are your future plans about this particular course.
Okay, so this healthcare management was exactly actually I was looking for, because as
it's
I
a whole circle
about,
of your journey.
Obviously it started from healthcare. That's why I've always has a kind of passion of affinity in the domain of healthcare. My research also into healthcare marketing, patient services, and the service quality of hospitals and everything. Yes, this healthcare management program is a kind of a unique program in the sense that we are going to launch this next academic year.
Okay.
And this is going to be a full-time MBA program, and the collaboration is going to happen with AIMS partner.
Okay.
So IIM BodhGaya and AIMS partner coming together and launching this
It's
program.
really great and initiative.
Yes, so healthcare part will be mostly delivered by AIMS, whereas the general management part will be dwelt by us, by IIM BodhGaya team. So yes, since I am looking forward, and basically my aim is, as I was talking to our director, also basically my vision for IIM BodhGaya is to create a center of excellence which will basically talk about healthcare management. So under that center of excellence, we will think about launching various long-term as well as short-term certification program. Even now we are also in talk with Apollo to have a joint certification program.
I would really love to see mindfulness being taken into this course.
Yeah, absolutely. See, it has to be, because when we talk about healthcare management, wellness is also a part of this one. So mindfulness and wellness is very much in the curriculum. It has to be, because we are the flag bearer of that mindfulness. So every course, whatever we are designing, the mindfulness component has to be there. And obviously, yes, healthcare fits that also into that. And that's why Director Ma'am, when I proposed this program, she actually, got very, very excited. Okay, fine, we should go ahead with this program. And looking forward to, basically, if we talk about position this program or develop this program as one of the most premium programs in India with respect to healthcare management.
And apart from all this, what are your future plans in your teaching profession and passion, mixing the passion and profession again in the future? Continuing this.
So obviously, yes, as I said, teaching, I would love to teach marketing classes throughout my 70s, my retirement days. Even post-retirement, I would love to interact with people. So marketing is
we would also love to see you till your 70s in the classroom teaching marketing.
Sure, that's my passion, and that I would love to actually do whatever, whenever you talk about teaching marketing, I would love to do that for the next 30-40 years, whatever time span, whenever I leave. And apart from that, yes, I also plan to have some kind of administrative role in teaching, maybe you can think about 10 years down the line taking up some directorship position somewhere in some business school. That's what obviously on my cards, so let's hope for the best.
So it was really nice talking to you. We got to know so much about your journey from being a student to a marketing professional, and then to coming to your passion and the profession that you are in. So it was really, really nice to hear a lot of stuff from you.
And thank you so much for this invitation. Thanks to all of my students over here, as well as my old students also, who have been giving me so much of love in the classroom as well as outside the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you so much.